Hey Math 3, how's it going? I am bringing to you today your new writing assignment. So I know you're very excited about that. Sorry I couldn't be there today in person, but you have done plenty of these this year, so I know you're going to be successful without me there in person. So I'm going to introduce you to the writing assignment today like we always do, and then you will have the period to work on your writing. So let's go ahead and get started. So I want you to just follow along with me first. I will tell you when to write and what to write. So for right now, just follow along with me here. So our new writing assignment is going to be for us to analyze one variable data distributions. So you have been learning about 3 types of variable data distributions, and you're going to actually classify them and describe them in your writing. Okay, so here is what you worked on with Mr. Duarte last week. So you created a classification chart, okay, a classification map of the 3 types: skewed left, skewed right, symmetrical. And you even drew out the normal distribution here with some notes and information with Mr. Duarte. And the normal distribution was your symmetrical distribution. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a minute to pause this video here and make sure that you have these maps out that you created in front of you, and that you take a moment to review them with a table partner. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to get this out, and then maybe a couple of minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes to review this information with a table partner. And then Mr. Duarte will check to make sure you don't have any questions, and then we'll continue on with our writing lesson. So go ahead, get those out, work with them with your table partner, and then you're gonna have a moment to ask Mr. Duarte any questions that you have. So go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now that you've had a chance to get those out, review them, ask questions, let's take a look at the prompt. So you're going to classify the 3 types of one variable data distributions. Okay, so again, 3 types, just like on your map: skewed left, skewed right, symmetrical. Okay, so you're going to classify those 3. Now, technically, you already classified them with Mr. Duarte in this classifying map. They're already classified. You just need to turn this into writing now. Be sure to define each distribution by its characteristics. Okay, use the classifying map you made in class as a guide. In other words, this map has all of the characteristics on it. Don't make something new, follow this map. Okay, use examples from lessons or your research to clarify your explanation of each type of distribution. So use examples from class, from your notes, from a homework assignment. You can Google a normal distribution and put the picture kind of small in your essay. If you guys don't know how to wrap text around pictures in your essay, in a doc, ask someone nearby who might know. But it's really easy to drop a picture into your essay and wrap the text right around it so it fits in nice and neat. So remember, we've talked about this before. When you're doing your writing, it's okay to go to the internet and get a picture of something you're trying to explain so that the person reading your essay can better understand it. That all is okay to do and helps make your writing even better. Mr. Duarte and I do that all the time in our writing. We take pictures of things we're writing about and put it in our writing so that it's clear to our reader. And then make sure also that you guys are writing your own original sentences. So something that we've noticed over the course of this year is some of you are writing really great sentences, but they're sentences you just took from the internet. And we can tell because you use vocabulary or terminology that we didn't teach you, or you explain something in a way that we never talked about it in class. So we know that you probably didn't learn it that way. And so when you write that stuff in your essay, when you're taking it straight off the internet, we're not going to be inclined to give you a very good score. We might even give you a 0 for plagiarism. But when you write in your own words, even if you feel like your writing's not that good, it's okay. Write your own original writing anyways. Write about this math in your own words, in the vocabulary we've used in class. Even if you feel like it's not great, you're going to get a lot more points than if you write about it from stealing off the internet, okay? And then finally here, use examples from lessons or your research. Oh, I'm sorry, we talked about that, okay? So you're going to classify from the map. Make sure you're talking about each of the characteristics. Use the map. Don't make up a bunch of characteristics. Use the ones on the map, and then use examples from lessons and research. If you want to bring a picture off the internet or something, that's great. Okay, here's your writing parameters. So again, just like we've been doing on our other essays, about 1 page in length. Make sure you address all parts of the prompt. We're gonna make sure you do that through our map, which is coming up here in a second. And your writing should be in MLA format. And again, I have the template on Haiku for you, along with all of the slides from this presentation on Haiku for you. Okay, and then make sure you share your Google Doc with Mr. Duarte and I right away. The second you make the doc, just share it with us. It will update with your finished essay when you're done. But if you don't share it with us right away, a lot of you are sharing your essays late with us. That is not helping your grade, and that means it probably won't get graded for a really long time because we're not going to grade late essays right away. We're going to grade late essays later. Okay, so we're going to use the flea map again because remember the flea map helps us do 3 things. Flea maps are going to help us plan our writing so it's nice and organized. Flea maps help our writing have clarity so there's a logical flow in our writing. And flea maps help with accuracy. So we'll make sure to address all parts of the prompt. So here's the flea map that we're going to be using today. It's a 3 body paragraph flea map. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a moment. We're going to pause this video here, give you a moment to, in your notebook, create this flea map so that you're prepared to fill it out. So go ahead, create this flea map in your notebook right now. It will take up a whole piece of paper. So turn your notebook sideways and make it a whole piece of paper. Go ahead and do that now. Okay, now that your map is created, don't write all of this blue down, just follow along with me. So first, I want to just talk about what you're going to put in each of these paragraphs. So again, you're not writing this down, it's not going to help your writing. This is posted on Haiku if you need to look at it. In the introduction, you're going to talk about what are the 3 types of data distributions and generally, what do they show us about the data? Okay, so that's what you're writing about in your intro. Couple of sentences there, right? Introduction should be at least 4, maybe 5 sentences at this point. Okay, body paragraphs 1, 2, and 3. You're going to talk about the skewed left data in the first paragraph, the skewed right data in the second paragraph, and the symmetrical data in the third paragraph. You're simply going to use that map that you've created and lay out all of the characteristics, add an example or a picture that you have as you see fit. Finally, in the conclusion, you're going to close by noting similarities or differences of the 3 types of distributions, which will be super easy because once you've already written about the 3, it's very obvious to you what they have in common and what is different about them. Okay, now this is the part that you might write down, but don't write this down yet. Okay, so in your essay, I've noticed that some of you really like to use our sentence starters that we give you. So these are the sentence starters for this essay. Remember, these are meant to help you, but you don't have to use them. If you feel really strong about the content and you want to write your own sentences, then write your own sentences. If you don't feel great about the content, then use mine. If you feel really good about your writing skills, you're like, you know what, I'm a good writer. I can write really good sentences on my own by now. I really don't need Mrs. Cohn's sentences anymore. Great, don't use my sentences. If you like some of them and not all of them, use some of them and not all of them. The idea is to become a more and more independent writer over the course of the years, so the less you need from me, that's awesome. If you still need all of it from me, then use all of it. That's why I gave it to you. Remember, if you just use what I gave you, okay, you're going to get an okay grade as long as all of the information you put in your essay is correct. The more you add to it and build on it and start to use your own, the more and more your grade will go up. So I will leave this displayed for you for the rest of the time that you have to write. Again, all of these slides are on Haiku for you to use. Use the MLA template for your Google Doc straight off of Haiku. Please don't create your own. Use the template so that you know it's correct. And as always, essay is due Friday at midnight. So you have the rest of the period to work on your writing and finish up by Friday at midnight, and you turn it in by sharing the doc with us, okay? So again, I will leave this for you, but mostly I just want you guys to know that I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but all of the information that you need is here or is in that flea map that Mr. Duarte made with you. I'm sorry, that classification map that Mr. Duarte made with you. There's really nothing else you need other than maybe a word or something from your notes or a picture from the internet. So everything you need is right here and right there in your notebook. Go ahead, and get started. Good luck to you. I can't wait to read your essays.